Okay, y'all, so in this video, I'm going to teach you how to use the Cricut. Right there, I'm turning it on, and the machine will go back and forth. So now I'm in the Cricut app. You need to make an account, and to set up the machine, you're going to go to Machine Setup, and click Set up a cutting machine. Continue. And you're going to click on Cricut Maker 4, which is the name of this machine. You want to make sure there's 10 inches behind the Cricut because the design will go backwards and forward, so make sure there's enough room behind. So now it's going to be searching for the Cricut Maker 4. You want to make sure Bluetooth is on, and there it is. I didn't realize it was there for a bit, so you're going to see me not realize. But say you have a problem with the Cricut, it's not popping up, I would turn off the machine and then turn it back on, and hopefully it'll pop up. If it's still not working, like say you connected before, it's still not popping up, go to your Bluetooth settings and press forget Cricut, and then reconnect it as a new device. So there I realize, oh, it's right there. So I click on it, and it's gonna say connected, so look like that. And that's it. Now I'm going to show you how to use designs on the app. So you're going to use the search button, and you're going to go on the top, and you can search anything up. I'm going to search up heart, and you want to go to images. These are flat images, and you want to click on the one that is free. So there's no money sign by it. I did a heart, and you're going to press make, add to canvas, and there it is. And once you have it, you can move it around and do as many as you want and make it big. You can also rotate it. Here I'm trying to make it bigger, right? Because I want a big heart, and you can duplicate it, so do more than one. And you can move them however you like. I would just remember to think about the size of your paper, and you see like the numbers on the top. That's like the scale of it. So now you're gonna click on mat 12 by 12, which is the mat we have, and it's gonna show you what it's gonna look like up close. That's what it's gonna look like. And you're gonna choose a material. You're gonna choose cardstock, which is the paper that we do have. If you're using a different material, choose that. Now you need to load the Cricut, right? It's gonna say to load tools and materials. So that's when you're gonna grab the Cricut mats. They're blue and green, and you're gonna click on them. You're gonna grab them, and you're gonna load it on the machine. So that basically means that you are putting the Cricut and lining it up with that little, you see like the little two kind of white things on the side. You need to make sure it's in there and it's lined up. So now you're gonna grab your material, and you're going to lay your paper flat on the mat, and you're gonna make sure it's lined up perfectly with the numbers. If it's crooked, the design will come out crooked, so make sure you do that. And then you're gonna press load. Once you're ready, make sure it's flat, you're gonna press load. Be careful with your fingers. Do not do that because your fingers might get caught. I just did that because this Cricut, the mat was a little bit crooked. And now that it's measured the material, you're gonna press go, which is that little play button, and press go. And now the Cricut will cut your design out for you, and you can just stand back and watch it cut. It's pretty quick, so you don't have to wait too long for your design to come out right. See, it's cutting the first heart, and then it's cutting the second heart. And once it's done, you will see the little unload button flash. It says unload, and you will click on that to release the mat from the Cricut, and it's unloaded now. So now you can take your mat off the Cricut machine, and now you're gonna carefully remove the paper from the mat. The mat is sticky, so you want to be very careful with it, because if you rip off the paper too quickly, you could rip up your design, which is not what you want. So you see me using my hands, but I'm going to also show you the tools that you can use to remove your designs from the paper. And the tools are on the side of the Cricut, but right now I'm just going to remove the paper real quickly and show you what the tools can do. So the first tool that I grab is this little, I don't know what to call it. It's just a little thingy, and you can use this to carefully remove your paper. The paper I'm using actually is not cardstock, and that's why it's sticking to the paper so much. When you use cardstock, it'll be easier to remove the paper. Here's this tool that you can use to, if you want to remove like small items. That one's to poke out holes if you have small holes. And this tool is the main one I would use if I were you, as it's really easy to take off the design. And look, there's one heart, and then I'm gonna take the other heart out. Ideally, when you're making Cricut designs, you do use the entire paper, and I would have multiple hearts on the paper and measure, make sure they all fit. But just for the video, I wanted to show you what 2 designs can look like. Here's me carefully removing the paper, making sure it doesn't rip, and now I have 2 hearts. So you can use this on any occasion to make door decks. And now I'm going to show you how to use, how to upload your own design and do a layered one. Okay, so now we are going to make a layered design. You're going to press, you're going to go to Canvas, and you're going to press make, not make yet. You're going to press the plus button, you're going to press upload, and you have 3 options. Take a photo, upload from your own library. I accidentally took a photo, but I wanted to press select from your photo library, and you're going to see I have some designs uploaded. We're going to make this dinosaur, and what you're going to do is, you see these tools on the bottom? You're going to press select, right? Select is your best friend, and you select the stuff you don't want. So you don't want the background, right? You don't want the white background. And I didn't mean to take out the dinosaur's stomach, so we're gonna press the restore button and restore the stomach. But you see how this design has basically 2 colors. We're gonna say the stomach is purple too. We're gonna basically do 2 layers. So the first layer, we just want the purple parts, right? And that's why I removed the green parts of it, because in theory you would get another piece of paper that is green, and you would just print out that, you'd just cut out the green circles and the green spikes. But you see that I cut out everything, and I'm gonna press apply, and you want to press single layer. That's very important. Press single layer, not multiple. And you're going to name the design, so you can name it whatever. I just named it dinosaur. And now that you named it, you're going to press upload. And now you have the dinosaur, the purple part of the dinosaur background. So you can size it however you want, and I wanted to make it a little smaller. So now in theory, you would just print this out on the purple paper and then go back and do it again with the green parts, but just to save time and show you, I'm going to print it on the same paper. So you're going to go back to your photo library, pick the dinosaur once again, but this time remove everything that is not the green parts. I'm removing every part of the dinosaur except for the green parts, and I removed the eye with the eraser. I think I tried to, but it didn't work. Okay, there you go. So now you would go again, single layer, and you would name it again. So you can name it like the second part of the dinosaur, but say you would do this on a green paper, right? And you're gonna upload it, and you have to resize it. So the mistake I actually made here is I didn't realize I resized the dinosaur, so I had to resize the spikes too, but they look like they're the same size, but you know, you always have to be careful. So you're gonna press make, 12 by 12 matte, confirm, and it's gonna show you what's gonna look like. And then you're gonna choose the material you're using, so cardstock, right? And you're gonna upload, you're gonna load the machine again. So you're gonna load it, press that load button, make sure the paper is flat. And the Cricut is basically doing right now is measuring the paper. So now that it's measured, the go button is gonna slide up and it says press go on your app, and press go. And the Cricut is going to cut out the dinosaur and the spikes for you really quickly, and this is what it looks like on your phone. and it'll show you the percentage of how fast it's going, how much is done. Say you didn't like how the Cricut's cutting, say something like the paper rips, that happens sometimes with the Cricut, you can press the pause button, and it will stop cutting, and you can unload the paper and take it out. That happens sometimes when the Cricut has gone, the sharpness of the Cricut has gone kind of dull. It can sometimes rip paper by accident. So if you don't want that to happen, you can press the unload button. So now it's done. That was really quick. Unload. And it is cut out. Yay! So now we're going to remove the outsides part of the design. And I'm going to just do this with my hand really quickly. But remember to be very careful. Very slow. Take it slow. I'm doing it kind of fast because I wanted to not have this video be so long, but I'm basically taking the parts out, making sure nothing rips. So that is the spine of the dinosaur. That would be green, right, on a green paper. And now I'm gonna remove the outside part of the dinosaur. And this paper actually is not cardstock. It's like similar to cardstock, but it's not. I didn't have any cardstock, so I couldn't show you, but cardstock does not stick to the paper as much, so it's not gonna curve like this paper. This paper is thinner, and that's why it's curving. I'll show you when the dinosaur is released. So now I'm gonna go back in with the tool I used earlier and take out the spine first. I'm having a hard time with it because I'm holding the paper up. When you have it down, it'll be way easier for you, but see how I got under it, and now I'm just slowly taking it out from the mat. Right here, I kind of push it too hard. It bends. You don't want that to happen because it could have ripped right there, but it didn't, luckily. So that's the first part of that's the second part of the layer, and this is that's the base of the dinosaur. So that's like the purple part, and here I'm taking it out slowly. You want to take it step by step. So the dinosaur is out. And the last step would be to take out these circles. So to assemble this dinosaur, you would take all 3 layers, right? The base of the dinosaur, the spikes, and the circles, and you'd glue each layer, right? So you glue the spikes on the back, you glue the circles, and that's how you'd make the dinosaur. I'll have a picture of what the dinosaur looks like at the end, but I'm gonna hold it up for you what it looks like. So that's the dinosaur, that's the base of the dinosaur. And it's curving because it's not cardstock, but on cardstock it would be flat. And then you could see like the spikes and how it lines up. So I think the spikes were a little bit too big. With Cricut, it's really tested on trial and error. So the first design you ever do, I would practice on like a paper that you're not going to use, just so you know what the design looks like when it's like the right size, and say you want to resize it, or you know what I mean. So I always do that when I'm making my Cricut designs. I'm always testing out a paper first, and then if I like it, then I'll just print it on the paper I'm gonna actually use. So I'm just showing you all the parts. Oops.